Okay, guitar theory class. I thought that it would be good for me to put together a video since, when I was absent, there was a lot of things that I didn't get an opportunity to cover. And last class session, I gave you a lot of material and things that were slightly outside of the book too. And so I knew that it would be best for me to be able to give you something that was a reference to what we talked about on Wednesday. But first I want to do this. We jumped straight to unit number 12, which is triads, which is kind of where I've wanted to be in quite a while. Then I covered that area, and then I had you play a couple of things, which I'm going to do on the guitar so that you can learn how to do those parts. I'm going to talk about that first, and I do want to go over unit number 11, which I skipped. It's a very easy unit, but it might not be a bad idea for that to be included in this video. So first I'm going to talk about what we did with triads in unit number 12. And just talking about it in general is what I'll do, and then the main focus here is to be able to put on video what I was doing on the guitar so that you have a better reference. So first of all, the four different types of triads: major, minor, diminished, and augmented. Major is the intervals that are included are a major third and a perfect fifth. And so how I was doing that was going with a major scale and a major third would be going up to the third degree of that scale and going up to the fifth degree of that scale. So the notes that you would have had for a major triad would be major third and perfect fifth. And that's why I created that fingering. That fingering is in unit 13 for the major scale, major triad. Now the minor triad is a minor third and also a perfect fifth. So the minor third, if I'm going from a major third here and lowering it, creates a minor third. So I've got minor third and then fifth. That's the minor triad that I have listed in the book. And I did give you a different minor triad to play when I had you play in C major, because what I was doing was all the chords in the key of C major. So I took about 4 units and kind of put them all in one little session there. So I do apologize for that, because that could have been confusing. At any rate, you've got major triad. The nice thing about a guitar is that can move wherever you want, the same shape, and it's going to be major triad. Even on adjacent strings. Again, this is more theoretical, and it's one note after another as an arpeggio. It's not a full chord, but it's good to know what your notes are in a chord, like a major triad. So if I'm playing a C chord, I know that those basic notes are C, E, and G. The longer part of learning all of this, or the more time-consuming part, is to learn where all those notes are located all over the instrument. That we probably won't cover all of those fingerboard parts. Next is a diminished triad. And a diminished triad is a minor third, same third that I had with my minor triad, but what we call a diminished fifth. So if the fifth was this, up to the 5, instead it's going to be, because that's a diminished fifth. And I did ask everybody for those particular intervals, augmented, diminished, and everybody was able to find them very well, and I was encouraged by that. So the diminished triad is diminished, minor third rather, diminished fifth. So it sounds like this. That's a dissonant interval, dissonant triad. Fully diminished chords sound like this. It has those elements. One more note that I added in there, that at the end of the book, we'll start talking about adding a 7. Right now I'm just doing 1, 3, and 5, third and fifth. Then the final triad is what's called an augmented triad. That's a major third and a augmented fifth. Now an augmented fifth would be this far away. There's your perfect fifth. You could go to this, 1 fret higher from the perfect fifth, or sometimes you can grab it on the next string here. I'm playing it on the 3rd string, 1st fret. So I have major third, augmented fifth. So the sound is, these are augmented chords. They have a very dissonant sound too. Of the 4 triads, major, minor, diminished, and augmented, in a major scale, there's only 3 of those chords that will appear. The augmented chord is one of them that will not. That's not a naturally occurring chord in a major scale. But you will get major chords. There's going to be 3 of them. And you're going to get minor chords, 3 of those, and then 1 diminished. So again, this is what the chapter 13 does, is to show you the triads like this. Major, minor, diminished, augmented. And that was just one way of fingering them. What I did on Wednesday